hello, everybody. I want to talk about the concept of learn more, earn more. And right away, I know that DJs are going to do I know a guy, and prove, the exception proves the rule. Let's be realistic. Like every study ever done in the history of the world, and just common sense tells you, people who have higher levels of education earn more than people with lower levels of education. Yes, there are a bazillion exceptions to that rule. But if you had to place a bet and you said, I'm going to take 100 people with PhDs and 100 people with high school diplomas and measure their income, you have to place a bet, everything you own, on which group earns more per person. You're going to bet on the people that are higher educated, correct? We in agreement, right? And there are going to be some exceptions in there. But generally speaking, two things really impact your earning. One is your education level, which I want to talk about a lot today in my 1 minute. And then the other thing is how much impact you have on other people is the other part of that. So the more impact you can have on people, the better. However, that is frequently related to the first part. So how does that relate to DJs? Certainly, there are things you can do for formal education to be better at your job. Business degree, marketing degrees, those kinds of things can really help in what we do. But the other piece of it is the trade school sort of a concept, right? So, a welder who's gone to trade school can earn a lot more probably than somebody who got their bachelor's degree in, underwater basket weaving, or some arts degree that they can't do anything with, right? So education doesn't just mean college. It means education. It means learning more. So what are you doing to improve your education as a DJ? So there's a lot of parts to that. There's the performance side, there's the mixing side, there's the microphone side, there's the business side. All of those things play into this. It is, and I'll toot my own horn here for a bit, that because I've never done that before, right? So we put out a series of DVDs that are, all but free. They're so inexpensive. And a lot of DJs have never heard of it, so they've never bought it. A lot of DJs have heard of it, but their ego prevents them from buying it. And a lot of DJs haven't bought them because they just never got around to it, right? We also have the same concept, take me out of it now, at conventions. And I've seen a million DJs online over the years who've said, I went once and I didn't learn anything, so I never went back, or I don't need that kind of stuff, which is like, I took one college class. I didn't like the instructor sucked, so I never went back to school. Well, look, not all instructors are great, right? Even at the college level, sometimes it's just who you connect with, right? So I've gone to seminars at conventions where I thought the speaker was awesome and the person next to me thought they were horrible, and vice versa. So, it's like, and I've had golf instructors that I really liked that others didn't, and golf instructors who helped me or who didn't help me and others did like. So education is an ongoing thing. And certainly, a minute with Randy Bartlett will get you maybe a little nugget here and there. And going on to, DJ idea sharing or the 1% solution group or any of the million DJ groups that are out there, there's little nuggets you can pick up online. None of them replace a workshop. None of them replace going to an 8-week improv class or a 6-week comedy writing course or a 12-week acting class or Mark Farrell's love story workshops or microphone skills, or I'm sorry, his are the MC workshops, mine are the microphone skills workshops. Like none of it replaces that, like getting in and getting it done. You want to have more income? It's really simple, man. Improve the impact that you make on people. So what impact do you have on them? When you're able to, at a wedding reception, by changing, this is the 1% solution in a nutshell, changing what you do by 1% to get a completely different result. It's not being 1% better. It's getting a different result. So now creating excitement, applause, energy with the inflection that you use, with the words that you choose, instead of saying, come on, I can't hear you, make some noise, right? That's just lame. You want to be every DJ, then get used to every DJ income, and every DJ income sucks. But if you want to be able to make a real professional living and retire, like I retired at 62, I didn't quit, I retired. And how did I do that? I'm not a talented guy. I mean, I'm not saying that. Anybody who knows me personally knows I am not a humble person, right? But I know what I can do well, and I know what I can't do well. I don't have a lot of talent, but I learned a lot of skills along the way to be able to create. And I put all of that information that I had into our training videos and shared it with people. And what I see people do is go, I think I have that DVD. Did I buy that already? Like, come on, man. If you don't even know if you have it, then you're not getting any use out of it. It's time to play the thing again, right? It's not a one-time thing. Do you remember everything you learned in high school and college? No, of course not. It was there, but is it useful anymore? Nah, so it goes away. So when you're learning in the DJ business, you have to relearn, you have to go back, you have to look at it again, you have to be reminded. It's kind of like, a simple example, a song that you used to use a lot and then you kind of forget. And then somewhere along the line, it's like, oh, that was a really good song. I can use that here. There's just too much out there. So you have to refresh it from time to time. So what I want you to do is keep that in mind. You're going to learn more to earn more. And the reason you earn more is that you impact people more. And for most of us, that's what this is all about, right? It's touching the heartstrings. It's getting people to be excited, to dance, to laugh, to cry, to cheer, to be excited on the greatest day of their life, instead of like, yeah, we had to go to a wedding Saturday night. You don't want it to be that. You want it to be like, oh my God, we went to the most amazing wedding Saturday night. Everything. I cried, I laughed, I cheered. I never danced. I danced all night. And you do that by having more impact. I hope that helps. Go learn something today. See you next week.